Sat down and we talked about it, and they came up with the idea of me going on the USS Saratoga, which is, yesterday was about maybe 6 hours away from Mayport, and to spend the night there and to kind of welcome the fellas home. I was the first welcoming committee, so I said, you know, I got to ride on this, you know, great, you know, airplane, and the one
you
that
landed on the carrier?
Yes.
Well, now I've done that. That's sort of a hairy experience,
That's
isn't it?
really hairy. It's really, really hairy, but adventurous and very exciting.
Yo, Whitney! Hey!
When I first arrived, I don't think they believed I was coming. So when I got there, it was like, wow, she's really here.
Did you actually have a chance to talk to any of them, or was it more of an appearance?
No, we talked. I had dinner with them. I served food. I signed broken legs, casts, you know. I talked to the fellas. I took pictures forever.
Let us talk a bit about you in the flight simulator. I understand you got to go on a flight simulator.
And I crashed twice.
You crashed twice?
Yeah, I crashed. It was wild. It's so real, you know. Actually, you know, I actually got to fly this thing.
It was like, here's a little treat for you.
Yeah, yeah. You want to fly
fun?
a plane, Whitney? Oh, sure. Why not? You know. And they say, let's simulate it. I said, oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, it's cool. That was definitely not an act. I can tell you that. As I sang the national anthem, I looked out amongst the people, and I realized that a lot of them were family members of the troops who were over there. And I looked at them, and I saw the emotion in their faces. Of course, you know, one thing generates another, you know, and then I got emotional about it, you know, which I was already geared for anyway. But I kind of blocked that out, you know, 53 million people, the whole thing, and 85,000 and stuff, and I thought about our men and women over there.
Honestly, that's what you were thinking about.
Honestly, really. I tried to imagine them, you know, in the desert, you know, and in this hot sun, and with the sand blowing in their faces and could hardly see, you know, and the Scud missiles and all that kind of stuff, and their fears, you know, and trying to be courageous at the same time. And, you know, I thought about that, and I sort of transported myself there, and I kind of sang for them.
I am told that 100,000 copies of the video of you singing it have been sold.
Isn't that great?
$500,000 in proceeds going to the Red Cross
yes.
Gulf Relief Fund.
Yes.
Whose decision was that? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Why? Why'd you want to do that?
Well, because I think that sometimes when the fellas come home, there's not enough. There's not enough for them. There's not enough that we show them, that we appreciate what they have done. I wasn't over there fighting, you know, they were, and they put their lives on the line. And I think that, you know, if I can do anything to make a difference, you know, then I will. And I decided that, you know, because of my thought and what I was thinking while I was singing the national anthem, it was natural to say, well, there should be some money reserved for them in case, you know, which obviously they're going to need. And I just did it that way.